Okay, so, um, I don't really know what I'm doing on here. This is gonna be my first video filmed on YouTube. Alright? I've uploaded a few videos before, just like kind of stuff I did in the past as like a little kid. So like 2 years ago. And my teeth look yellow. I promise I brushed my teeth. It's just the background. I got like a MacBook background. It's like orange and red and yellow. It makes them look bad. Trust. I brushed my teeth. Please believe me. Okay, but pushing that aside, um, yeah, I just finished watching a little YouTube video on how queso beat the odds, made it big, you know. And I was like, shoot, let's try something. All right. I don't got any desire to like be big and famous. You know, I'm not a big party guy. I'm not a big social guy. I just kind of want to do my thing. Just kind of do what I enjoy. And I enjoy yapping. I enjoy talking. So let's do something with that. Before we get any further in this, just wanna real disclaimer. I'm Christian, alright? I believe in the Lord, okay, as our Savior. If any of you guys, any of like the 5 of you that watch this don't like that, then you can click off. I encourage you to follow him, of course. That's just what I believe, you know. I just believe that he created us, he saved us from sin, and he is the only way out, you know. So, of course I want y'all to be saved. If you choose not to, then that's you, okay? That's you. But that's really the only disclaimer. And now that I've stated that, I want to get into the topic of this video, which is girls. No, it's a weird topic from Christian to girls, but hear me out, okay? I'm not talking girls in a sense like, oh, bodies, losing your V card, getting all freaky. Chill on that. I'm a freak. Let's chill out. What I want to talk about is understanding what love means, what love is, okay? I haven't been in a relationship in like a year. I'm a sophomore in high school, okay? I didn't date at all freshman year. I dated a little bit in middle school, but the word I've heard and from my own experience, middle school relationships mean about like nothing, okay? So basically I'm just kind of wondering what a real relationship feels like, what love actually feels like. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, back in middle school, I was just peeping straight buns, okay? That sounds weird. That sounds really weird. Back in middle school, I was a lustful kid. I didn't know what following the Lord meant. My family went to church, that's about all I knew. I didn't know anything about God. I didn't know anything about anything. So I was just kind of, yeah, I follow Christ. But I will not hesitate to peep straight buns. Let's chill on that, okay? Anyway, that's basically how I dated people. I just looked at them like, oh, you look good. Oh, you look good. I want that. Terrible mindset. That guy, he was a dunce. He was an idiot. That guy was just a bum. All right. I feel bad for any females I interacted with back then. I was a bad dude, okay? I was a bad dude. Not saying I'm a good dude now, but I know I'm better than what I was back then. I know that's only like 2 years ago because I'm only a sophomore, but 2 years can change a person. The Lord can change a person. And I like to think that I'm better because I understand what I am meant to be doing, how I'm meant to be acting, and not being a lustful little freak like that guy was. But anyways, knowing now that whatever love I was experiencing back then was probably just lust in disguise, I wonder what real love feels like. You know, because obviously it's not just looking good or seeing someone that looks good and be like, let's hook up. That's not love. That's just pleasure. All right. That's just lust. That's just your eyes seeing something and being like, ooh, shiny. You know? that's all that is. That's not love. So then what is love? You know? And I don't really know the answer to that. All right, I'm philosopher. I'm no philosopher. I'm 15. Okay, let's chill. I'm 15. I don't got no grand scheme. Oh, love is the super deep spectrum. No, I don't know anything about that, man. I don't think I genuinely don't think I've been in like a real relationship ever. I don't know what love means. I don't know what love is supposed to look like. But I kind of do have a vague understanding, at least fantasy, of what love is. And ultimately, it's just caring about somebody. That's love. At least simplest form to me, that's what love is. Just caring about people. You know, like like the Bible says, love thy neighbor. That doesn't mean you're gonna get romantically intimate with your neighbor. No, you just care for the guy. You know, you're not gonna look over at your neighbor. I am romantically infatuated with that man. No, bro. You just care about him. That's it. That's what love is. And so, but then you can take that love into a romantic stance. I care for this person so much that I'm willing to do things for them. I want to be around them. I want to be with them. I want them. That's that. I feel like that's what romantic love is. Caring about someone so much that you want to be around them more. You want to care for them more. No. That just sounds so nice to me. um, and just also just enjoying their presence, just enjoying who they are, you know? And that's where lust falls, you know? Someone can look good, someone you can like, I'm gonna speak in the words of that boy Yuji Itadori. You can see a tall girl with a nice, big, voluptuous ass, okay? And you be like, ooh, dang. Oh, shoot. You can be like, oh, dang, I love what I'm seeing. That's exactly it. Seeing. You love what you seeing, okay? And so that's where lust falls short. Cause you like what you seeing, you hook up with them, and then you try to interact with them, and you're just like, dang, I don't mess with this person at all. That's where lust falls short. You see, but you don't feel. You see, and you like what you see, but you ain't feeling that person at all. Like, on an emotional level, just on a pleasure level. That's about it. And another piece of this, I watch a lot of romance animes. Not hentais, let's chill on that. I don't watch no high school DxD, I don't watch no Overflow, I'm not touching none of that, okay? I do watch my dress up. I did watch my dress up, darling. Fan service in that is a little crazy, but I digress. Okay, I don't even know what that means, but I digress. You know, more than a married couple as well. Uh, little few interesting scenes in there. That's not my knee. But that's not my knee. Anyways, I watch some shows like that, and I think my favorite one was Call of the Night. If any of like the 5, 10 people that watch this have seen Call of the Night, it's not exactly fan service. There might be a little bit of there in there, but from what I remember, watching it and reading the manga, it was a lot deeper than that. It was a lot deeper than that, and the ending. If anyone is there, season 3 should be coming out. I'm not gonna spoil anything. All right, the ending. I feel like it's a really good representation of what love is. I don't even know why I brought this up because I don't want to spoil anything, right? But no, it's it's not just it's not just this overwhelming desire. Well, it should be not overwhelming. You know what? Sure, this overwhelming desire to care for this person and love this person and just be with this person. And that's another thing about love. Sometimes that person you love so much doesn't want to be with you. Now, I said that middle school relationships don't mean much, but there was this one girl that I was with, and I was obsessed with that girl. And shoot, that obsession followed me all the way to like halfway through my freshman year. But that girl, she just didn't want me back. And my obsession was a little unhealthy. It ruined my relationship with the Lord. Honestly, I was so obsessed with that girl that I couldn't even think of the Lord. And that's another thing. As a Christian, I want the Lord to be the center of a relationship. Right? Like, I want my wife to be saved too. Right? And so we you need some sort of basis, some sort of similarity, something you can like connect on, some sort of plane that you can connect on. And honestly, I think the Lord is the best plane you can connect on as a Christian, but also just in general. Because the teachings of the Lord, they're just about caring and loving people. Caring about and loving people, just trying to be the best person you can be. That's what I see. I'm trying to read the Bible for myself. I'm only about like maybe 20 books in. Of the like 65 books there are. I think there's more than that, I think. But like it's somewhere in the 60s. I know it doesn't break the 70s, but there's like a good 60 something books in the Bible. So I'm like not even a third of the way there. But from what I understand, the teachings of the Bible, well, right now I'm in the Old Testament, which is a lot of like killing and bloodshed and more of like punishing the evildoers, you know. And from what I understand, the New Testament gets a lot calmer in the sense of more about caring for people instead of punishing the people that do bad, you know. But from what I understand, the Bible just teaches you how to care for people, be a loving human being. I'm a bit of a newer Christian, so I'm trying this stuff. But yeah, yeah, that's it. I want my wife to be saved, and so if at least have that connection. I'm sure we can connect in more ways than just that, you know. Um, no, other than that, that's about all I wanted to talk about. Not much. I'm sure there wasn't much coherent thought in there, but there had to be at least some. Hopefully, this is 15 minutes long. Yo, if even like 3 people watch this whole thing through, that'd be amazing. I I said at the beginning I liked yapping. I don't know if y'all expected this level of yapping. It was a lot of me mumbling anyway, but I mean, as long as I'm making noise, I'm yapping, you know. um, but anyways, there's, there's one thing there's one more thing I want to talk about. As someone who watches romance animes, there are, you know, the the durays, you know, tsundere, yandere, kudere, dure, bunch of other of them, bunch of more. I don't know all of them, bro. I'm not that crazy about it because, and I don't need to be that crazy about it because though there's one there's one that type that I love the most, and that's yandere's. Okay, the idea of a girl being obsessed with you, loving you so much, that John sounds beautiful, bro. Sounds so nice. All right. Problem with that is, as a yandere, you're obsessed with your lover, right? Everything else is like down here. Your lover's up here. Actually, let's make that bigger. It's like this. That's a big jump. You know, it's like Obsession. Yeah, there's no way y'all ain't seen Obsession, the movie. It's like that. Nikki just goes crazy, bro. She don't care. She still cares about stuff, but she cares about not Nikki. The entity. The entity cares about things like that, but she cares about Bear like this. And so when it comes to this or that, this has gotta go. You know, about as simple as that. And that's the thing. I'd love a yandere. But the problem is, for someone to be a yandere, they gotta have me above everything. They gotta be obsessed, right? Like, mentally ill obsessed. That's another thing about yanderes. They're not exactly mentally stable. Like, that level of attachment and obsession, that's not normal, okay? That's not like how a normal brain functions, you know? And so that just wouldn't be like healthy for them. A yandere mindset isn't a healthy mindset. Never said it was. Or that's never been a question, you know. Yanderes, they're not the most mentally stable people. And, you know, but another thing, if they have me above everything, how are they gonna love the Lord? You know, the idea of the Lord is that he saved you from sin. He gave you life. He created the world, you know? And so for you to have someone of the flesh, someone who's imperfect above the perfect one, that's not right. And then for her to believe in the Lord's got to be above anything else. Right. And so then you're down here. That's not a yandere then. Because a yandere is like that. But then you can't have a yandere and still, you can't be a yandere and still love the Lord. Because if you love the Lord, you love the Lord all the way. Not halfway. That's lukewarm. You love him all the way. See how that works? And so, as much as I love yanderes, it just can't work out. It just can't. Now, the way it could work is that girl's still madly in love with you. She's just even more madly in love with the Lord. Now that sounds crazy, but shoot, if it works, it works. And, I pray to the Lord a lot. It's like, man, Lord, when you introduce my future wife in my life, Lord, I may not be ready now, but when I am ready, I pray that when you reveal her to me, I can just know, I can just feel it, and shoot, I have faith that he'll come through. I have faith, bro. I have faith in our Father. I have faith in our Father. It's just a matter of when it happens, okay? It's just a matter of when it happens. I really hope it happens soon. It doesn't have to happen soon. It'd be amazing if it did. But patience is a virtue, whatever that means. Acting like some sort of philosopher. I'm 15. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's that. I don't know why I wanted to talk about relationships. This is 21 minutes long. Oh my. I don't know why I wanted to talk about relationships. I'm not lonely or super lonely or anything. I mean, I do stay cooped up in my room. I don't interact with people that much. I'm not cripplingly lonely though. I just kind of like the idea of having a significant other. Not to do freaky stuff, just to have someone to confide in. That's kind of all I want. And that just sounds lovely, just having someone here with me, someone next to me. Not even next to me, we could just be on a phone call, just talking. That sounds amazing. Time to listen to mommy ASMR. Let's chill. Great. That's all I had for this vid. Really, that's all I had. Ooh, check those gains. Yeah, I'm a twig, bro. Anyways, that's it for my first vid. If y'all like this, let me know. Maybe next time I'll get a game, and if I figure it out, I can get a game in the background of me playing a game while talking. It'd have to be a pretty chill game, like Minecraft, though. Yeah, I bet y'all seen those videos. It's just a Minecraft vid, and people be talking, and the dude that's playing just talks about stuff. At least I get those videos a lot. I don't know if a game like Overwatch would work. Like an FPS game? Probably not. Because I'd be too focused, and I'd be like, oh, what am I talking about? Oh, yeah, this. It just wouldn't work, man. But yeah. What you still doing here? Leave, man. Good night, y'all. Peace.